Hello, my children. Yes, I'm back. And I have to tell you, I've gotten some emails recently, very recently, like within the past 2 days, asking my opinion about something. And they all seem to fold into the same thing. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain what I would do without explaining everyone's situation, but you will know who you are. Now, decisions are tough enough to make. They take a lot of thought, and sometimes they take a lot of action. Well, I gotta tell you, in a couple of circumstances, there are children involved. Now, it depends, the decision you make depends on who, where, and how many. Who the person is that's causing the problem, how many children are involved, and who they are. Grandchildren, visiting, sisters, brothers. All of this has to be taken into consideration when you're going to do something about a problem, especially if it's a family problem. Now, in my opinion, I have to tell you, you don't want to hurt anyone. But sometimes the person's old enough to know the difference between right and wrong. And if they insist on doing the wrong thing, you don't have a choice. You really don't have a choice. I know tough love, I always hated that word, those expressions. Tough love sounds like you don't care, but that's not true. You can love the person to death, but that doesn't mean you have to like what they do. And because you make a major decision pertaining to them doesn't mean you love them any the less. It simply means that everyone around doesn't need to be affected by what they're doing. Now, in one particular case, it involves drinking. And I have to tell you, drinking and drugs are terrible things. This person is drinking, but either case, drinking, drugs are terrible, terrible things. I know I'm an alcoholic, and I can tell you this. One morning I woke up, doctor said, Sharon Ann, your liver's gonna go, I'm not even gonna bother helping you. And I politely said, that day, that minute, oops, my mother gets my son, and I stopped drinking. Haven't drank since. So I'm not speaking for somebody who knows nothing about the subject. Believe me, and I know all it caused. So I'm going to tell you this. Not to be hard, not to be mean, not to be cruel, not to say that you don't love them. They gotta go. They cannot stay under a roof that once was happy. They cannot stay under a roof where children are. You cannot trust them. You cannot trust their disposition. You cannot trust what they're going to do next. And for peace of mind, and for your own sanity and those around you, they cannot live under your roof. This is a very, very precious thing. This is a decision that's not easy to make, but must be made. You have got to live. You live not here all that long, for Christ's sake. You need happiness. You don't have to. And if you're older, you certainly don't want to live every day in the fear of something happening. So you must ask this person to please leave. Explain that you love them. You don't love them any less than what you ever did. But you do not like what they're doing. And because of that, they can't stay. I know this sounds cruel. And I know it sounds harsh. But you have to live with yourself. And if you don't do this, you won't be able to live with yourself. Because if something goes wrong under that roof, you will be the one to blame. And believe me, you will be blamed. Been there, done that. You have to stand up and be counted for yourself. Then for the people who enter your home. And children are very precious. They need not see somebody get their attitudes changed and get snippy or snotty because they've been drinking. The holidays are coming. This is not a good thing. You want happiness and joy and peace and harmony in your house. You don't want to be afraid to bring your children or your grandchildren into the house and worry every second what's going to be next. This is not a very good thing. So in my opinion, you must ask them to leave. It is not your responsibility if they're older to worry about where they leave to or where they're going to. All you have to do is explain this can't be. This is hard enough decision for you to make, and you still love them dearly, but they must go. There has to be peace between you and your husband. There has to be peace between you and your grandchildren. You cannot worry every day, every minute of the day, what's going to happen next, because that's no good for your health. Once explained, and do it when they're not drinking if you can. Once explained, then very politely tell them, give them 2 days. That's a good enough time to find some place to go. And tell them you love them, but they cannot stay. They can visit, but not stay. You only get to go around once. Enjoy. Enjoy your grandchildren, enjoy your children, enjoy your sisters and brothers, mother, father, husband, whomever. Never be afraid to let them come to the house if fear something may go wrong. This is just an opinion. Believe me, it's an opinion I've lived with, done, been there, had a piece of it myself, and I also know what can come of it. You don't want this. And it really is not your concern where they go. And do not give them money to go someplace, because that's not teaching them anything. They have to learn you hit the bottom, you gotta get up. So my dear friends, I love you all very much. But I normally don't make these kind of tapes, but since I was asked, I think you're entitled to know how I feel, because I've been there, done that, and was one of them. Now, I'm at believe it or not, at a loss of words tonight. I didn't expect my opinion to be asked though, but I am very glad that I can give it since I've been there, done that. And it's strange for me not to have something to actually say, but I love you all dearly, and if asked, I will tell you the truth. It's not always necessarily what you want to hear, but it is the best that I can give you, having known this. If it's something I don't know, I will always look it up, find out, or whatever, and investigate. But this is one of my specialties. So please, I love you. Auf Wiedersehen. And good night to all of you. And please take heed, because you need a happy home. I love you all. Happy holidays. And I'll probably be on tomorrow night. Enjoy. Grandma Shao signing off. As usual.